Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Rafa Benitez has held his press conference ahead of the Boxing Day trip to Burnley, which looks like it will be going ahead after the Premier League refused Everton's application for the game to be called off. Everton currently have 11 first-team players missing, 5 with COVID, 6 with injuries. It's a sorry state. Other clubs are clearly getting games called off for something around the same, but the Premier League have denied Everton the opportunity. Burnley, on the other hand, look like they've got a fit bill of health for the game, which may have swayed the Premier League not to call it off. It seems like if both teams have got problems, the Premier League have got no problem calling the game off, but if only one has, then they won't call it off, which brings into question the sporting integrity of the Premier League at the moment. It just seems to be an absolute farce, and I know there's been a meeting today with the players with the Premier League and the managers with the Premier League to try and cut through this. This to me is an absolute farce. Rafa Benitez said that he's got 9 outfield players available, 3 goalkeepers, and he's had to draft in 5 players from the under-23s. It just seems ludicrous at this moment when COVID is so much in the news, and it clearly is having an effect on the whole nation, that a game of football won't get called off because it's on Boxing Day, and they don't want too many games called off because it's a big day for television for the Premier League. An absolute farce, if you ask me. But it looks like Everton we're gonna have to play at this moment. Who knows, if more cases arise of COVID, the game could be called off. But it just seems like, why wouldn't you call it off with only it's still only Thursday. It would help the fans out. It would help the clubs out. It's just utter nonsense, if you ask me. But Everton will have to get through. One of the players who looks like he hasn't got COVID is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, because the managers actually spoke about Dom and said that he doesn't really want to have to play him, but he might have to, and that's a strain on the that's not fair on the player. It's not fair on the club. This is a lad who hasn't played since late August, and he might have to play more time than he needs to in his comeback game. It just seems absolute nonsense. They'll class him as a fit player, but clearly he's not fit. He hasn't played since late August. So the manager has to balance it out and try and find, because it's okay as well saying that there's 9 outfield players fit. Those 9 outfield players might play in similar positions. Who knows? We're not aware of who's fit and who's not fit for this game, apart from him mentioning Dominic Calvert-Lewin and obviously the goalkeepers. It looks like they're all fit. That can't be fair, surely. We can talk about having bigger squads, but what if your entire defence is out with COVID? How is that fair? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens over the next few days. But obviously, it's a big game. It's a big game for Burnley. They've got a fit squad. Of course, they wouldn't want this game called off, knowing that they're going to play against a very weak Everton side. That, to me, that's just nonsense. That is utter nonsense. But we'll have to wait and see what goes on. One of the players who could play is Luca Dean. Apparently, he's available as well. So after currently not being able to play and saying he was sick in the last game and all the rest of it, so he might be available to play. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jordan Pickford in goal, and Luca Dean. That's the team as it stands. It just strikes me as just idiotic. And as I said, there's no sporting integrity at all when games have been getting called off here and there and everywhere. And I know they changed the protocols at the beginning of the week, but this doesn't seem to fit in with those protocols either. So for me, I'd have called off all the games, but that's just me. But Everton are going to have to go to Burnley with a very, very weak side, and putting a massive strain on the squad as a whole, with games coming thick and fast. We play Newcastle on not too many days afterwards, and then Brighton, and to me it just seems idiotic that we are playing this game. But there you go. Manager's not happy. He's not happy at all. and he's got a right. He's got a right to not be happy with the Premier League. So a lot of people speaking out about it as well. Pep Guardiola's come out today and said, you can see players possibly going on strike and clubs going on strike, whatever. So he's not happy about the situation. Jurgen Klopp wasn't happy, and Liverpool game's been called off now. What a coincidence! But he was right when he was saying it's just too much football at a time where squads are very, very strained. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, of course, it'll change. Hopefully, it'll change in the new year with Michaelenko coming in. Talk of other players. Patterson maybe coming in as well. If Everton can do a deal, it's a little bit more complicated than just paying the money if Rangers want the money up front. So hopefully it'll get better next month, but we'll have to wait and see on that score. Player Everton have been linked with today's Nottingham Forest's Brandon Johnson, attacking midfielder, Welsh international, has played 27 times for them, scored 5 goals, very highly sought after, but with a fee of 20 million apparently for him. I can't see that happening or Everton being involved in that if there's 3 or 4 teams who can possibly pay up front for him. He might have to play up front for Everton if Everton continue with the injury problems and the COVID problems if Everton were to sign him, but Everton have been linked with him today. So there you go, that is today's news. Hopefully everyone has a Merry Christmas, and hopefully the game gets called off. So Merry Christmas to everyone watching out there. Thank you for watching. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more great videos, join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description. See you later.